Hey guys, it's Tom here from Tom's Corner, coming at you tonight with a new video, and it's almost the third day of the year, which is just crazy, isn't it? You know, because I'm recording this video at 22:44 in the evening, and today I just wanted to talk about why, in a lot of ways, January is kind of a boring month. I mean, obviously you've got birthdays, people, and celebrations and things. But I mean, as a whole, you've had Christmas that's come and gone. For a lot of you, maybe work's starting back up if you've had Christmas off, say, or, be back in education, back in school, college, uni, whatever. You know, your wallet's a bit. I don't know why I did like that for wallet, because I'm pretty sure that's not sign language for wallet, but yeah, your wallet's a bit lighter from Christmas, and you've put on a bit of weight, say, and it's like there's no big holiday to look forward to. Whereas in December and stuff, you've got Christmas to look forward to. It's like yay! Which how was Christmas for all of you? I hope it was. I hope it was great. I hope it was nice, and I hope you all. Sorry. Hope you all had a lovely time. And as you can tell, it's almost the third. It's the second today, obviously, but time-wise, it is 22:46 in the evening. And I'm only now uploading a video, so recording this video and then uploading it, you know what I mean. And I just want to say, because in a lot of ways, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot to look forward to in January. There's going back to school, seeing your friends if you haven't been able to, especially now with COVID pandemic and everything. You maybe haven't been able to meet up, so it's like going back to school or uni or college or wherever. It's going to be like, oh yeah, it'll be good to see Bob and Steve or whoever, So obviously there's that, but I think for people who don't maybe have a lot of friends, or who maybe like me, who in school struggled to make friends, yeah, that is true fact. I did. I was one of the weirder people. But but yeah, I think that for them it's kind of going to be a bit more difficult, because it's like, okay, because think about it, right? When you're at home, you can really, you can get up sort of whenever you want. I mean, to an extent, obviously you don't get up at like 6 o'clock in the evening or something. Try and get up early. I've a line, obviously, but you know what I mean. And and you can play on Xbox or PlayStation or on your PC or whatever, your mobile, your iPad, whatever you want, right? You can go on a walk and explore local areas on this pandemic wise, you're able to, and just do stuff like that. You're able to be, you've got stuff that you can do. But whereas if, say, now, like, you're on your own, say, like, you haven't got any friends who maybe are in your class, say, or in your year or whatever, I think that going back to school or college or whatever, your uni, whatever, it's going to be difficult, because there'll be those people who won't have friends in their year group or in their class or whatever, that are going to be like, well, now I'm alone. And obviously, with Christmas break, you've been able to message your friend Bob and say, hey Bob, how's it going? Oh, it's been going well. You've been able to go on a video call with them or whatever, or a voice call or whatever. And there's that. But obviously now it's like, you've not got any of those people, and it's like, okay, no what? So I think really for people who are like that, who won't maybe have a friend in their class, not through any fault of their own, maybe it's just they struggle with it, or they just struggle with friend making, maybe they've got social anxiety, whatever it might be, it maybe they just don't have a friend. Like, I mean, me in school, I had friends obviously, but I think they were largely like the year below me, not in like a weird way, but I just mean like they were like a year or two younger than me, because my rule was that my rule is I'll be if I my rule is like, if you're 1 to 2 years older than me, that's fine, but if it's anything than that, in regards to like younger, then no, no. Now that doesn't mean like if let's say I'm friends with somebody who's 19 and they know somebody who is say 17, I'm not going to be rude to them. But basically, just because of I think just basically because it basically I don't know like I knew somebody who was friends with a 16-year-old and they were about my age and there's people who said that was a bit weird so yeah I mean obviously there's a certain limit with age above me like I'm not going to be friends with somebody who's like say 10 years older than me, you know, like yeah. But I mean yeah, at the end of the day, you know, we're not here to talk about me. No, we're here to talk about just generally how I think going back to school or college or university or whatever is going to be difficult for a lot of people, not just socially, but you know, getting back into the swing of it. Like I'm currently on well today and yesterday I got up at about 2ish in the afternoon, and I'm not happy with that. You know, I find that quite embarrassing actually, and I want to try not to do that because I can't be going to bed at that late. I can't be going to bed 4 o'clock in the morning, getting up at say 7 o'clock, and having a full day at college because that's not going to be good for my mental health or my health just in general. So that's why I'm aiming to try and go to bed, 12 o'clock, 1:30 or something, because although that's still late, that's still better than 4 o'clock, if that makes sense. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what I just want to say to people who maybe are a bit nervous about going back to school, to college, university, wherever, as somebody who did struggle and in some ways does still struggle to make friends, it will get easier. I can promise you that. I'd say in college, and don't get me wrong, there's people who I was friends with, still am friends with, and they know who they are in school, and I'm very grateful for those friendships. But I think that generally I had a lot more friends, and well, do, sorry, in college. But I think that's probably just because, well, so like for example, at the second year of college, which was a mixed bag, I'll tell you that, but the group of friends that I made, I basically like sort of just hung out with them and like they accepted me. So yeah, and if me, the socially awkward weird guy who makes YouTube videos, can get friends, I think you can too, bud. But no, seriously though, at the end of the day, I think that there's a lot of the thing is as well. Like I think sometimes schools and things try too hard to like make your friends. Like if you want to be on your own, you can. All right, like I think sometimes at schools and whatever need to realize that yeah, obviously if somebody is on their own, if they are sad, then yeah, help them get a friend. But if they're happy being on their own, then I wouldn't try and force them to hang out with people, because like at the end of the day, if they're happy being sort of not hanging out with anyone, then fair enough. I mean, obviously, I get that there's probably like psychological reasons to it, like not wanting people to be on their own because obviously there's that socializing element to it, and obviously if you aren't socialized, then you might not know how to act, and that's fair enough, obviously. But oh, my neck's a bit stiff. Yeah. Ooh, but yeah. I just think people will make friends, eventually. But obviously, if say now you know somebody who maybe say does struggle making friends, maybe introduce them to someone, and not one of those high big personality people who's like Tom Cruise, like hey, how's it going, woohoo. Nah, but just casual ordinary person like you and me. Somebody who's laid back, relaxed, not gonna judge you or think anything of you. You could literally tell me that you want to get a degree in clown school, and I'm not gonna just go, no. I would support you, honestly. If that's what you want to do, go for it. If you want to learn how to drive, go for it. If if you're worried about driving, fair enough. I'm not going to judge you or think any less of you. I don't have a car. I haven't learned to drive yet or anything. I'm 20, so there you go. So the point of this video was obviously to just sort of talk about January and how the thing is, but I think in a way, January is just, it's one of those months, right, where a lot of good things happen, because, you've got birthdays and celebrations, maybe. But as a whole, like I said, Christmas is gone, so it's not like you've got that to look forward to or something. You're going from, say, getting up whenever, playing Xbox or PlayStation or gaming PC, whatever it is, all day, and just having fun with your mates. Say, if it weren't for COVID, maybe you and your mates been hanging out most days, going and, just having a laugh. Not necessarily getting drunk, but, just going, hanging out. Just hanging out, maybe going, having a nice meal or something, going shopping, whatever. And then obviously to go from that to then, back to school or university or college or whatever it is, I think in a lot of ways it's kind of like, oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying you're going to go back to college or school or university and you're going to get depressed, all right? I'm pretty sure you aren't just going to walk through the doors and then instantly, oh, depression. No, but I think that what I mean is that basically it's like you sort of go from having that freedom to do what you want to an extent to then sort of having to follow a schedule, Like I'm online Mondays, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'm in college, And yeah, granted, some days I have quite full days. Sometimes I have quite easy days, and sometimes I have sort of 50-50. I know I'm in college. I know it's only 5 days, so it's not like I have loads of days to be 50-50 or anything. But you know what I mean? Like sometimes, like I think Friday, I think it is. It's like my most full day, and then Wednesday and Thursday are quite easy, and then Tuesday sort of 50-50-ish, I think, and then Monday it's kind of easy going. Not in like a one lesson, that's it, but like it's online and there's like only 2 or 3 lessons or something, So so yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's basically to go from that freedom of getting up whenever, hanging out with your friends, talking to your friends, whatever, to then, having to get back into that schedule of, say, waking up early, making sure you've got enough money for food, or, packed lunch, whatever's ready, making sure your uniform or whatever you're going to wear is ready, making sure you don't miss the bus, making sure, maybe you've got petrol, or you've got money for petrol, or whatever, it's all, I think it's a lot of stress in some ways, but I think as well, I think in a way, I think if you maybe ask people who are working, would you want to change your job to, say, being back in education, I'm sure a lot of people would say, no, I'm happy with the job I have. And if you are one of those people who do like the job you have, then great, really great, and proud of you. I'm really happy for you there. But I think there probably would be some who would say, well, I miss being back in school. So what I'm trying to say is this, and this isn't some, paid advert, but just remember, school isn't going to be forever. It's going to be a couple of years, and obviously longer if you go to college, university, whatever. But just remember, just have fun, but don't overdo it, okay? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But no, seriously, I know that obviously it's easy for me to say it, but I think when you're in school, college, university, whatever, you need to have something to look forward to. Even if it's just, say, on a Friday or whenever you finish college, school, whatever, going and buying, a bit of cake and having a drink or something, just something little, so just think about that. Anyway, I'll end up this video by just saying thank you guys very, very much for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I will see you guys later.